Hi, we're coming back with more question. This time we're doing some past paper question here. And yeah, so we are using, for calculator question, we are using Casio FXCG50. It might not be only calculator, just happens to be my school is using it a lot. So let's start with the first question, pretty straightforward. L is here, J and D, like the different places, the name. And then this is 525 degree. And they also tell us the bearing is 0.4, 034, which is 34 degree here. All right, with that 34 degree, because it's the bearing from, so from J we put the cross here, and this is 45 degree. Now we need to find JDL. JDL is this angle. So first of all, we need to find this, which is 90 degree minus 34. And then with an angle sum of triangle, we could find that. So J angle JDL should be equals to 180 minus 90 degree minus 34, and then minus 25 degree. So let's see. 180 minus 90 minus bracket. We don't risk it, so we just use the calculator for it. Minus 34 minus 25. Yes, this is 99 degree. All right, with that, we need to find the distance between Lucknow and Delhi. So this one. So I can see a cosine rule there. So, no, sine rule. So first of all, I want sine. Oh no, I like the unknown to be at the bottom. So DL over sine 90 degree minus 34 equals to 500 over sine 99. Just do our math. 90 minus 34. Let's zoom it nicely. Let me do it on the side. All right, so this is the... so this is 56 degree here. So we will have DL equals to 500 sine 56 degree over sine 99 degree. Before we do anything, just double check this is in degree mode. All the numbers is in degree. We have to make sure this is in degree mode. So we use our mighty calculator, 500 sine 56 over sine 99 degree. We should have a pretty lovely number. Equals to 419.68, Three significant figures. So it should be 420 km there. Give it a unit to make it fulfill the whole purpose. And this is our first question here. See you later. Until next time. Hello, this is a question about financial maths. So let's get started with it. So the car is valued at that much, and T is the year since 2023. So first of all, it wants us for the annual rate, so which is this one. We need the resulting the 0.91, which supposedly is 1 minus the rate there. So we know that. So write down no working at all. But if you want to ask, it's come from 0.09, which is 9%. We accept decimal and fraction there. So this is how we do the part A. And then part B, with that, we need to have the information there. So we need to find out the car. So 5 years from 2003 to 2008, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 years. Bn equals to 5. So all you need to do is substitute that 5 into the equation. So you have 40,000, 0.91 to the power of 5. Our calculator comes in place. So we have 40,000 times 0.1 to the power of 5. All right, this is my answer there, and it should be right. If it's not right, I'll be damned. So that will become 24961.285 more and more. So with 3 sig fig, we will have it 2500 there. Remember, this is the answer for this section. It's not a value. So just in case, let me store it somewhere. So I go to arrow. So answer goes to alpha A. All right. So now A is stored as answer. So let me like a little A there to remind myself. And then next bit, LV wished to buy a car in additional money. Actually, he deposits some money first, so in here for compounded yearly. So first of all, we need to find out the amount he got. You can do two ways, either with the financial app, which is finance, compound interest. This is the working we need to have. N equals to 5, the year is 5 years, percentage is 3, money taken out from you, compounded once a year, and paid once a year. After that, you pay FV, you got this answer. So I can write it down. Make sure your working will be writing down everything from here. So N equals to 5, I percent equals to 3, free fee equals to negative 15000. Yes. And then we have payment per year is 1, compound per year is 1. So future value, when you press become a positive number, 1738911. We need to see how much is fall short from the original number. So we'll leave it for now. Then, or you can use a formula to find it. So we could have at the base 150,000 times 1 plus 3% for 5 years. So I should get the same number there. So I should have 1 times 103 to the power 5. See, we got the same number here. So we will... The question asking for how much short we got. So we need to use the answer from C minus FV here. So C have been stored in A, so I locked it out. Minus the answer here. So that should be 7572. So we need to round it to true significant figures. So it will be 757 as the answer. 7570 as the answer. Sorry, forgot that. Oh, 1 digit off. All right, so that is how we got through the... Remember, even though you round off the value here, when you use it again, you should use the original one. Therefore, storing the values come in handy. Store to A. Now the A value will be different. The A value will be different now. It's not that one anymore. All right, so make sure you make good use of the storing function, and I'll see you next time.
Hi, this is another video. I'm sorry, I've been taking for a while because, yeah, I've been not very well and my voice is weak right now. But then the show must go on, and let's get started with this one. This is a graphing function, pretty straightforward, 5 marks only, and actually typical 3 marks for the drawing. So let's get started with those. First of all, it's a composite function. I need to move slowly. So first of all, this is a composite function. So which means that our 10 put into F. So usually what I'm going to do with my student is that I write it down first, and then I will write down the original function fx is 2x minus x cubed. Then we put the 10 inside. So we will have removing the x and put 10 inside. And then removing the x, and I'll put 10 inside with a bracket. We are happy with this, but then if we want to make it look like more professional, then it looks more professional. But when we clean the calculator, we put that in anyway. So here we go. The second bit is we need to sketch the following with those. When we sketch on trig, you see we have 10, right? So when we sketch on trig, we check on the domain. The number is quite small. That means that this is radian here. So first of all, get to our calculator. So we do some graphing. But then I want radian. The calculator is degree. So we change that screw down, and you find it radian there. All right, and then we just key in our equation. We have 2 sine x minus 10x cubed. All right, this is a weird one because this is our normal window there. But then we got a graph here, so we could actually copy whatever we have there. So here we go, we copy that. So we have to go to V window, change it to domain from -1 to 1. And then the range is -2 to 2. Now our graph should look perfect. Back to the question, write down and label the coordinate of the maximum and minimum. So we need to find the maximum and minimum from there. What we do is like G-solve, maximum first. So this is our maximum point and this is the coordinate. So we find that around here, 6, 7, a bit more than 1, I will put it here. G-solve minimum. Here's our minimum point and looks like there. So zoom, auto zoom, please. Yes. So we will have our -5 and 6, -0.68 is close to 7 and 9. Just in case I find a root to help me to draw the graph. You go left and right, you can find whatever you need to find. Oh, it said label the coordinate. I didn't label the coordinate, so we need to get back there. -0.685, -1.09. Maximum. Even you mark the point without the label, you still lost the point. So it's not worth it. So make sure you read the question carefully. Now we can sketch the graph. Right. So that's how we do it. Pretty straightforward. Until next video, we will have next question coming up. See ya. Oh, we got another question here. Paper 2, there's a lot of calculator question. So this is a number of children, Y, visiting a park, and then T is the temperature to find that out. So using the model, this is model here, we find the number of children, Y, when T equals to, so pretty straightforward. We put Y equals to -0.625 squared plus 23 times 25 plus 110. So 110 degree. All right, that's a pretty straightforward answer. We just have to key that in the calculator. It's 23. Let us see the question here, the answer here. Then which means that I have to use my left hand. Actually, I'm using both hands. Oh, careful. So we have 310 as the answer for A. So for B, we got a vendor with a relationship X and Y. Here is the tricky bit. They changed the X and Y, which means that we have X in terms of Y here. So be very careful. Don't just blindly change it. But then, yeah, that's what we do. But devil's in the details. So we go to manual statistics. All right, we would delete whatever we have before and just key in the X and Y. With that, for Y is different X. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. And then the second column. And then we need to find a regression. All right, so relationship. So we go to Cal, just checking. List 1 and list 2 is the X and Y. Now it's interchange, be very careful. And then we go to regression, ax plus b. Now x and y is changed. So we have x equals to 0.0935368 y plus 7. Okay, there we go. 7.43. So this is our regression there. And when I'm working with those, my student, a lot of them interchange the x and y. For some reason, because they got a sense that x have to be the dependent value, but independent value. But no, this time y is the independent one. So that's why it's a bit annoying there. And that's why student lost point from there. And C, use the equation we would put in to find the 25 degree. So when 25 degree, we got 310 students. So instead of rewriting it, we just put 310 in here. So I'm a bit lazy there. I will just copy. Here's the trick here. Copy the function. Let me do that again. I have the regression, copy. Choose the place I need to paste, and then I press EXE. Now seems to be nothing is done, but if I go back to graph, I got my equation there with exact value. So I unselect the first one, select the second one. It's gone, but then we have to check with the V window here. From x is 0 and y could be 500 and y could be 0 to 20. Now I should get a vertical line. Now I want my y value because I want the x. So g solve y cal when x equals to 310. Oh, sorry. I could fall into the trap as well. X equals to 37.35. So right rounding, it should be 37 because I rounded off from there. All right, because we want to have the number of ice cream, so it have to be whole numbers, and that is the answer we got. And here is a question with regression by GDC. All right, and I'll see each other later from the next video. Okay, this is a question about statistics. I really like this question, not because it's statistics, but because people know me, know that I'm not a big fan of statistics, but this question is fun. So it's a bit annoying and fun. So that's why I think it's a bit fun. Anyway, I like this question. And today we have our black wing errors with us. Nice. Oh, let's get started. We got the mean, normally distributed. That means that the mean, median, the mode, they are all 32. All right, that's the first thing we need to know. And then we do not know we know the mean, we do not have the standard deviation, which means that we need z-score. All right, and then the interquartile range, which means that the middle 50% is 0.28. Means that mean minus half of this is Q1 and mean also how, so means that we know our Q3 and Q1. So these are the information we know, which means that if I have 32, Q1 should be equals to 32 minus 0.28 divided by 2. So we have 32. So we should have 31.86 to be our Q1 and 33. The Q3 is 32 minus 0.14 plus 0, so 32.14. So this is our range there. With that, it's pretty straightforward because we need our z-score there. So we just pick either one. I'll pick Q1. So Q1 minus, no. So it is normally distributed with 32 and sanity. Then, which means that probability of X smaller than 31.86 should be 25%. Because it's the Q1 is 25% there. So from there, we could have 31.86 divided minus 32 divided by standard D will give us our standard score. And here we got our standard score here. So we go to statistics, distribution, normally distributed. This time we got inverse. We want 31.8, which is this side 25%. So we have our left side, and then area 0.25. If we do not, we need the standard score is always standard D is 1 and mean is 0. Then we got this value as the standard score. So we have negative 0.674487. We want a bit more. With that, we will have negative 0.14 should be equal to negative 0.6477897 standard D. Do a bit of the rearrangement, then we can find our standard D. Hopefully I get it right this time. It's a bit annoying, that's why I do not like. Yeah. All right, minus 7. All right, and then this gives us our standard D 2.075 . So our three significant figures should be 2.08. This is the way I use the Q1. You can use the Q3 the other way as well. But then it will be like this. So if you're using Q3, it should be bigger or equals to 32.14. Equals to 25% because the top 25%. And then the statistics, distribution, normal distribution, inverse. Instead of the left, because it's bigger, so we use right, 0.25% and 10. You got the same number, so 32.14 minus 32 over standard D should be equal to 0.6. All right, so this is what you get here, and the standard D should be equal to 0.8 anyway. So it doesn't change. It's just different ways to do it. Depends on which angle you get it through. All right. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.
Hi, welcome back to our past paper question session. So here is another question, binomial expansion. Yeah, it's like finding a coefficient. First of all, we need to have two sets. Coefficient of x to the power 6 is these two numbers with different fraction. So it's pretty straightforward. We don't even need to find x, because for x cubed, n equals to x to the power 6, n have to be equals to 2. I mean the first one. The same as here, so both of them have to be 2. So, which means that we need to find the a and b value. So we need to set up two equations. For the first one, we have 8, 2, ax cubed b equals to 448. And then the other one will be 10, 2, 8x cubed square 8. 8 minus 4 is 6. Yeah, we nearly fall into that trap again. So b is x to the power 8 equals to 2880. So that is the bit, and then we just continue to do it. Remember how we find the NCR from the GDC? Right, so we go to normal, menu, and we go to normal calculation. So we could find it from option. Not here, it's on the probability. Then you find your NCR. Pretty straightforward. One more time. So you go to option, not here, next page, probability, which is F3. And then we got NCR here. So we have 8C2 is 28 a squared x to the power 6, which is, I should write that. And then b to the power 6 equals to 448. We do that for 10C2. That's a big. So this is 45 here. Okay, I put it on this side. So 45 a squared b to the power 8 equals to 2880. So I continue to simplify that. So 448, let's see if we could divide it by 28. Oh, great. So a squared b to the power 6 equals to 16. 2880 divided by 45. Oh, perfect. Square equals to 64. So now we could rearrange that. So let's have a squared equals to 16 over b6. A squared equals to 64 over b8. So equal them together. Or you can grab it, just I am too lazy with the bit. So we have b8, 16b8 minus 64b6 equals to 0. And let's take 16b6 out. We have b squared equals to 4, b squared minus 4 is the end. So now we have b equals to 0, reject, because it's bigger than 0. And b equals to minus 4, reject, because again b, no 2, plus or minus 2, my bad. So b equals to 2. So when b equals to 2, we substitute it back. A squared equals to 16 divided by 2 to the power 6. So which means that a would be equals to 4 to the power yes, I'm just running out of space. Let me rearrange it. Now I want footnote. Oh, so we substitute back into it. So we have a squared times 2 to the power 6 equals to 16. So we have a squared equals to 16 over 64. Then give us a squared equals to 16 over 64, 1 over 4. A equals to 1 over 2 or negative 1 over 2, reject. So now we have our two answers there. All right, I will write it. Personally, I will write them and then reject whatever we don't like. But just my personal habit. So this is our question with binomial expansion. Hope you like it. Coming up, we will have long questions. I'll see you next time. Hi, this time we get to the long question. Although we know that when it's on the real exam, you do not write on the paper. So make sure you have all your answer from the long question, from the section B long question will be on the sheet, on the paper provided. However, I'm going to write it here because I'm just running out of space. Actually, I can write it. I only can write it on paper. So let's do it. I got my paper here and I got my calculator here. I got everything. By the way, just people I think the followers will know that I'm using the Casio FXCG50 for the exam here. Just personally, I like it, and my school is using it. Okay, so let's get started. The temperature of a cup of tea after tea-minute pour is modeled like this, and the temperature should be decreasing. So first of all, in my practice, I write down whatever I have first. All right, calculator, I'm going to wait for now. E negative 0.080. And then we need the initial temperature. So initial temperature means that when T equals to 0 with the start of it. So especially this the domain here, so the start of it. So we pretty quickly, we use 0 there, 1A1. So we have 21 plus 75e to the power 0. That gives us 21 minus 75, plus 75. That equals to 96 degrees. Pretty straightforward. Substitute a 0 in. Easy, 1 mark from there. All right, find the temperature after 3 minutes. So means that H3. So I'll use my GDC this time. 21 plus 75 E, shift N. The E is here, so shift LN. Oh, do I see everything? I wish we got bigger screen. All right, and we plot it out. So minus 0.08 times 3. So it should be 7.79. We're using GDC here, so it's 79.997, blah, 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 whatever. We take 3 sig fig. So make sure it's 3 significant figure only. We need to have the 0 there. If you miss that, you miss it. Oh, write down the value of H-3. You can do it by hand. So we will have 75. You can differentiate first. So we will have 21 is gone, 75 times negative 0.08 e to the power negative 0.08 t. Or you can actually get to your calculator, you take that out. One of the way is you go to our normal calculation. We go to option, not here, cal. So we got your first differentiation. The calculator will be able to give you the first differentiation there. So F-3. So we key in our equation, 21 plus 75 e to the power negative 0.08 times x. And then when x equals to 3, you got the answer, which is negative 4.7197, So it's negative 4.72. When I use a calculation, I will use the full value when I need to. Alright, and then interpret the meaning of part B in the context. So, which means the rate of change there. So, there is 2 marks there, so it's like a 3 there. So it's the rate of change. I hope I can see both of them. Can I extend the screen a bit more? Does it work like this? Oh no, that's the best I can do. So, rate of change, because it's differentiation, at t equals to negative 3. So when t equals to 3, which is the 3rd minute, we could have the temperature changed at 4.72 degree per minute. So I have the rate of change information. T is when at t equals to 3, that's the 3rd minute, the temperature change is 4.72 per minute. So that's how we getting those, getting the information there and to get that 2 points. Right? 好啦 Next bit. We're getting pretty Cantonese here. Okay, so after k minutes, let me do a sideways that we'll see easily. After k minutes, the temperature below 67 degree and is ready to drink. For find the value of k. So we want the temperature there. So HK equals to 67 degree. So we can use our graph, our GDC there. Yeah, this time I really have to graph it. So that's the previous stuff. So we have 21 plus 75 e to the power negative 0.08x. We lost it. So first of all, we auto zoom it because auto zoom allowed us to see the vertical. They auto the range. And then we just double check with the temperature at the scale. So minimum Yeah, it's 21 degree, pretty cold. And then the maximum is that. So we will have 50 minutes, so it should work pretty. Now we got that, we got K, so G solve. This time we want X, so X scale when Y equals to 67. They should give you the information is 6.11 minute. 6.1105, But here we got when the t is what is the least possible value when k is an integer. So be careful, devil's in the detail. K have to be an integer. So at least the 7 minute, the tea will be ready to drink. That's long. Oh, next bit. Oh, we got 2 more. As the T cools, HT approach to a room temperature, which is a constant, which means that if I have the graph, yes, I have the graph, we are looking for the asymptote. Because after a certain temperature, it won't drop anymore. So which means that pretty straightforward. I know that E, room temperature, is 21 degree because this allowed us to be an asymptote. How do we find it? Because we know E usually is like start from 0, a decay, tends to 0. Now it's translate 21 upwards. Or you really forgot how to find the asymptote of it. So you can go to trace. And then you keep moving it and focus on the Y value there. If you keep going on, it's keep going to getting closer and closer to 21. It's a bit dumb, but then keep closing to 21, but never get through 21. So you can assume that it's an asymptote. The method is not ideal, but it might come in handy when we need them. Oh, F. Find the limit of H when it tends to 0. When H tends to infinity. So T, the temperature tends to infinity. So we have the change equals to, we need the rate of change. So we have the limit when T tends to infinity. What will H dash T do? So this is what we're going to do, and I am pretty lazy. I am going to differentiate the HT again. Where's my H? I have my H differentiator before. Ta-da! So this is the H when 75 times negative 0.08 E tends to infinity. All right. So when 8 tends to infinity, which means that we will get to, for the limit, T tends to infinity, we will have 75. Just do the math. The 0.08 is a bit annoying. 75 times 0.08. Oh, God, it's 6. All right, it's 6. 6 times e to the power negative 0.08 infinity. Yeah, we can just tend to that. And then, because it's negative number, so again we have, I don't want to see this, I want to see this, 6e negative 0.8 x. Again, I lost the graph, so I have to auto zoom in again. There we go. Now, when you look at the graph, you know that it tends to 0. So just in case we trace it, so it's just getting closer and closer to 0, never get to the 0 there. So which means that the x is getting smaller and smaller, but not. So that is the asymptote of it. And this is another 2 marks. This question is a bit, I do not think it's hard, but it's a bit tricky, especially that you need the concept of the differentiation and very strong thinking knowledge in the exponential function. So until next time, we will have another long question for you. See you. Hi. After last time, I think I will actually write on the question here. Just remember, in your exam, do not write the solution on the question booklet. You have to write it on line paper. So here we go. We got 160 people surveyed. So we got all the numbers here. So we need to find out how many. So chocolate, so we pretty straightforward, 60. So P will be 60 minus 48. Pretty straightforward. This is 12 here. And Q, we have the dark chocolate. Let's see anything. 48 children prefer normal chocolate. And we got 160 here. So Q have to be 100. All right, does it make sense to you? So 160 people, 60 is children. What P, 100 should be Q. Then we move on. The people are chosen at random, survey the probability of 3 of them are adult. So we want to have adult to be 160. And then the second one is only 99 adult left. Yeah, but 59 times is a probability with replacement. So the number of adults and number of people surveyed will be left over lastly. All right, and then we just get to our calculator. 100 times 99 times 88, and then 160 times 159 times 158. Lucky we got calculator for this question. So the fraction 0805, this is the exact value. And the actual 3 sig fig, 0.4241. Let me write nicely. Oh, given that a probability of people who are adults, given that is M, is 1/3. So we need to find out the probability of those. This time I really need paper for it. I'm sorry. So here we go. So which is probability of A intersect M over probability of M equals to 1/3. Supposingly, so let's see, which means that this is X probability of adult, AX, we're looking at the table there. So it's X out of all the people who like chocolate. And then that equals to 1/3. So it's pretty straightforward. 3x equals to 48 plus x. 2x equals to 48. X equals to 24. Very basic. It looks hard, but then if you think the other direction, you do not need to have all those big numbers. All you need to do is reading the table back again. So that's pretty easy with those. A person is selected at random, write down the probability that they are an adult who like chocolate. Which means that we will have probability of A intersect M. Which is, now we have X equals to 24. So we will have it sideways. 24 out of 160 total. So we simplify that. We got 3 out of 20. I prefer simplified version with those. So this is our second question there. Now, the classic here we come. Determine A and M are independent. So we find out A intersect M just then is 3/20. So now we want probability of adult, which is we need to find Y. So X is 24 plus Y equals to 100. So 100 minus 24. Since it's a GDC paper, I'll keep using it. 76. So probability of adult is 100 out of, we don't need Y, 160. And then probability of milk chocolate equals to 48 plus 24 over 160. Equals to 72 over 160. Now we multiply that to see if it's equals to the intersect. If it is, it's If it is, it's an independent event. If it's not, sorry. So we have 100 over 160 times 72 over 100. So that gives us 9 over 32 as not equals to 3 over 20. Therefore, it is not independent. All right, pretty straightforward. If they are equal, then they are independent. All right. So now last bit. If they can assume the survey represent a whole city there. So what is the probability to at least 5 of them like dark chocolate? So now we have the dark chocolate there. So we need to find out number of dark chocolate people. Number of dark chocolate people is 12 plus 78, 76. Careful, Bon. This equals to 88, which means that, back to the question, probability of people who like dark chocolate is 88 over 160. 88 divided by 160. All right, 0.55. I have a previous probability, it will never change. I want a sample, 10 people, and I want at least 5. This pretty straightforward, is a binomial. So X is a binomial with 10 trial and the probability is. So we want at least 5. We want probability of X smaller or equals to 5, at least. So now we get to our binomial. So come with a GDC. This doesn't work anymore, so we go to manual, statistics. Don't worry about those numbers. Go to distribution, binomial. Then we have a probability, we have a range there, so it's CD. Make sure the data is variable because you can choose the list, which is the data you enter, but this is not what we want. And then lower, we want at least 5. So at least 5, and the upper could be a big number, could be 10, because the maximum we can have is 10. Number of trial is 10, and the probability provided is 0.55. So now that gives us pretty straightforward, because 0.73843, blah, 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 blah. 3 significant figures. All right. So that's it with the statistics and probability question. Now the question is pretty good, I think, like not too hard, and just a few points you need to justify. The independent is pretty classic. So yeah, that's a pretty classic, easy question, straightforward. All right, until the next time, we have another question for you. See ya. Oh, hello, we are coming back. Welcome and welcome back to our channel, our math study channel. And then let's go through with the last question of the paper, last long question. So we don't care about the story. There's a metal and it's rolling up to the shape, and this is length 600. And then what we have here is that we got a cross section here, and this is all the information they gave us. To know more, let me show it a bit. No, it doesn't work. Anyway, so this is all the information they gave me, and I think I can do better with those with the actual question. So information there, and then now let's check on the question they asked. So I need to fold it up a bit. So first of all, they asked the angle of theta, and this is in radian there, so I'm going to keep it and then work it out here. So I want 8. I remember in a real exam, you don't write in the page here. You need to write on line paper or paper provided. Otherwise, nothing will be counted. So we have A. I want this theta. So this is 10. This is 10. So AB, the arc AB, this line should be 45 minus, the 45 minus 10 minus 10. Let's give us 25 there. After that, we need to find out the area. So the arc length, 25 equals to theta r. R is 12 there, so theta equals to 25 divided by 12. Now it's my calculator, 25 divided by 12. So that theta equals to 208 33. Because I can feel that when I am reading time, I know that this answer we need to list to later on. So I mark it here. I will store theta to A. So I'm going to store that to alpha A for later use. And then second bit, I need to find a cross-section area. So there are many methods to do it. You can cut it into different trapezium or something. I am a bit lazy. I just chop it up right here. So I have a rectangle and a bit of the sector there, which is, I got an area, I can find it easy. So first of all, you need to find W. W, you can find it from the cosine rule, which is A square, square root A square plus B square minus 2AB cosine theta, which I use it there. So now I have my A stored, I will go to square root A square plus B square minus 2AB cosine alpha A, which we stored just then. So very good, we got 20.71. And again, I will store it somewhere. This time alpha B. So mark it down somewhere. W equals to B. Now we can find the cross-section area, which is W times 10, which is the rectangle, plus this sector, which is the whole bit, 1/2 r square theta, minus the triangle there, this triangle. So it's 1/2 AB sine C. Okay, so I haven't stored it yet. So I use the answer, store to, yeah. So answer, store to alpha B. Now I have B times 10 plus bracket half times theta from r square theta minus half AB sine theta. Yes. So that will give us 294.43. So it's 294 cm cube. All right, just in case I will store that again, area equals to C. So I'm going to store this to alpha C again. Yeah. Sorry. Alpha C, not shift C. Now my answer is there. We got our ABC. We go to the next question. The storm of the volume in cm is 1 water by R. The rate of change to fill of the gutter is this. 16 seconds is a Wilberian. So we need to find the area of the gutter first. So let's see if that works. So, which is our answer. The volume of the gutter equals to area times 600. So we multiply by 600 there. 176,658.59, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of them here. All right, here is the bit. This is the rate of change. We will want the original rate. So integration for first 60 seconds. R dash T. I want to modulate it and make sure all the drops of water does count. Even the rate is lower, that is still, even it's a negative gradient, we still got all the data. So again, we have our mighty calculator. This time we go to option, cal, and an integral. I need to find the absolute value, so I need to go through option again. You got numeric, absolute, then you could see the two-stroke there. Here is the annoying bit. We need to actually key in the function there. You cannot just say RT because we didn't have it. So 50 cos bracket 2 pi x over 5 plus 3000. Why is it error? Because I haven't written down the limit. The calculator can only give you a definite integral. Now we got our 180,000 ml, which is 180,000 cm cubed. The problem is this value is bigger than V. Therefore, it will overflow. Make sure you will answer there. All right, and this marked the answer of the whole paper of the 2023, the last question of the 2023 May paper 1, calculator version. All right, coming up, we will have more, and until next time, I'll try to post at least as much as we could, especially the exam date. Hopefully you can support, and let's see how we go from this. Thank you.